I'm here today to review Go Set a Watchman by Harper Lee. If you haven't read To Kill a Mockingbird, which is the first book in this duology, then you probably shouldn't watch this video because I am going to go into this book and that could spoil you. But if you've read To Kill a Mockingbird, feel free to watch because I'm not going to spoil this book. I'm just going to give you my thoughts on it and my overall review. Now, you all probably know that this book has been anticipated very eagerly since its release was announced, and I'm one of those persons who was very eager to get my hands on it and read it. So I did, and now I've finished it. It was quite short. That was my first impression of the book. It's only about 300 pages. Compared to Kill a Mockingbird, that is quite short to me. But nevertheless, I was eager to get started, and now I'm going to give you my thoughts on it. But let me start with a brief synopsis. We are back with Scout in Maycomb. Actually, Scout is now 26 years old and she lives in New York. But she goes home in this book to visit her father, our beloved Atticus, because he is quite ill. He is old, he's about 72 years old, and sometimes she just needs to visit him. When she gets home, she realizes that some things are not as they used to be, and this is where things get interesting, and I'm not going to go too much into that. However, this book also comes with some flashbacks back to Scout's childhood, which I really loved because that's when I felt like this was like To Kill a Mockingbird, but in a different form, because this is a different story. And we also get some flash forwards, of course, back to Scout's present life as a 26-year-old. So we do have these different jumps in time, which I appreciated, but some of the flashbacks were a little bit too long, I think. It felt like reading To Kill a Mockingbird again, which I have nothing against, but I would also very much like to read about Scout's present life, and I didn't feel like we get that much of that in this book. Now, let me just tell you, Scout is one of my favorite fictional characters because she is so stubborn, so independent, and such a tomboy. And even as a 26-year-old, she is still like that, and I absolutely loved her. Harper Lee actually wrote this book before To Kill a Mockingbird, but she still gave Scout this fantastic personality, and I'm pretty sure she developed that in To Kill a Mockingbird. But it kind of made me wonder how Harper Lee did this, because this is the first book, but it takes place after To Kill a Mockingbird. So it was kind of an interesting experience to read these two books and see how Harper Lee's writing has developed, because it has developed. My overall impression of this book was, it was great. I loved being back in this world of Maycomb and in Harper Lee's writing. She is a phenomenal writer. And even the last sentence in this book was just impeccable. I loved it, and there are so many of those sentences, so hands down she is a phenomenal writer. But while I thought this book was great, I didn't think it was as great as To Kill a Mockingbird, and that was what I was thinking would happen when I started reading, because To Kill a Mockingbird is a well-loved book. I have read it multiple times and I love it, so of course it would be very hard to write a sequel that would fit my expectations. My overall problem, because I did have a very big problem with this book, is that the overall message did not suit me, and I cannot tell you what that overall message is, but basically Harper Lee plays with some very important themes that we get in To Kill a Mockingbird, and she kind of turns everything around so that it's upside down, and I was so flabbergasted, not in a positive way, because I didn't understand where she was going. We do get an explanation towards the end of the book, but that explanation didn't really suit me. I felt like the message was understandable. I saw where Harper Lee was coming from, and I saw why she wanted to end it like this, but I didn't appreciate it. I didn't buy what was happening, and I frankly didn't like it. I'm still in the process of thinking about that ending and if I liked it or not. And I think I've come up with this. I appreciate it, I understand it, but I didn't like it. And my overall rating is 3 stars because I love the book, but I had some major problems with the overall message. So 3 stars for me. I really liked it. It wasn't as good as To Kill a Mockingbird, but it was still definitely worth the read. I hope I've interested some of you to pick up this sequel. Please let me know if you have already read it or if you plan on reading it, because I would love to discuss it with everyone else. Thank you so much for watching and happy reading. Bye bye!